Okay, cool. So I'm starting to video record. Hi, Nassan. What's up? I just poked you guys. I was like, where's everyone?
Oh, really?
Really?
No, we were
No.
on another call and we saw
So
like now it's
now
the
it's the
time and
time
we
I
just
just
jumped in
jumped in
here.
here. Good job. Good job. I can only be here until 9:30 today. Okay. So we're going to start with Elan. Elan, is there anything that you need from us for your next Alana Magazine podcast? What do you need? I think I already have an idea, but
Nothing.
nothing.
You can
You
hear
can
me,
hear me,
right?
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing
Nothing
at the
at the
moment that
moment
I
that
can
I
really
can really
think
think
of. The
of.
only
The
thing
only
I'm
thing I'm
thinking is
thinking
like
is like
since it's
since
been
it's been
so
so
long
long
between like since I
since I
made the
made the
questions and
questions
our
and our
actual
actual
stream
stream
date,
date,
I'm
I'm
just
just
going to
going to
like
like
review
review
the
the
questions and
questions and
continue to
continue to
review
review
like
like
her
her
background
background
so
so
that
that
I
I
have
have
that
that
I have
I
that
have that
renewed
renewed
context
context
for our
for our
streaming.
streaming. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because it's been a while. Do you or sorry, do you already have someone on your list for the next one? I think you did, no?
Not
Not
yet.
yet. Not
Not
yet?
yet.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was thinking maybe it's also time to showcase some writers. What do you think about that?
Hmm.
Mhm.
I think
I
that
think
could
that
be
could be
fine.
fine.
Is it
Is it
okay if
okay
I
if I
like
like
sit and
sit and
reflect on
reflect on
that
that
and
and
before
yeah,
making a
making a
decision?
decision? Yeah, of course, it's an open question. It's not like you have to do this. It's more
Yeah.
like, should we
Yeah.
consider that? Because I realized we didn't have like a high versatility in writers on the first edition. So it is definitely limited. It will be much better for the next one, to be honest. But maybe something to consider, even under the aspect of maybe not for this edition, maybe for the next. I don't know. I just had this thought this week where I was like, oh, maybe it would be nice to also get in contact with some of the writers at some point. But yeah, up to you. Your decision, I think.
Okay.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay. Are you okay otherwise? Are you good for this next stream?
Yeah,
Are you feeling okay?
other than that,
Yeah,
other than
other
that,
than
I'm
that, I'm
okay.
okay. Yeah,
It
it
has been a
has been a
long
long
time,
time,
but
but
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited.
And
And
then
then,
like
like,
once
once
this one
this
has
one
been
has been
completed,
completed,
I'll
I'll
start
start
looking to
looking
see
to
if
see
there's
if there's
any
any
other
other
fashion
fashion
editorials
editorials
available.
available.
But other than
Other
that,
than that,
I'm
I'm
good.
good.
It's
It's
pretty
pretty
much
much
it for
it for
me.
me.
Simple.
Simple. Yeah. No, makes sense. Okay, cool. I will prepare the stream next week, and I will send you both the link so you'll have that. And we're also going to make another push on LinkedIn next week, and also on Forecaster and Twitter. I did one this week also. But yeah, let's try and push. Um,
Got it.
okay, cool. Then we go back to the agenda because there is a lot. So this Friday will actually be our last event with the Artisan, and we've been invited because we have been approved for a few different funds, but we can definitely use more votes. So during that stream will be an ultimate like pressure point of getting more votes and remaining in the top 3 in every fund, right? Which is kind of like high pressure situation. So I want to ask you if you can somehow make it to that stream. It would be really good. The stream is, let me see, is it's called the CAT Final Selections for Season 5. And it's happening starts at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. my time. Let me check. 2 p.m. Wait, Elan, this is an easy one. Can you tell me what's the time for you right now?
Right
Right
now
now
it's
it's
9:11.
9:11. It's 9:11. So I'm 2
Yeah.
hours in the future from you. Ah, finally, I'm in the
Okay.
future for
Okay.
someone. Okay. And
Yeah.
so is that 2 hours, meaning I think EST is 1 hour, then further in the future, meaning they have now 12 p.m., right? So the live stream would be 3 p.m. EST and 12 p.m. PST. Yeah, so 12 p.m. PST and 3 p.m. EST. Okay, that would be the live stream time. So I know, for example, Clive, I think he's like, yeah, that will be very late for him. So I know he's a night owl. At least I see him often online when I'm like, what are you doing awake? uh, but yeah, otherwise I would really ask you, like, I would appreciate your support in the chats and just like pushing, so we can get the most out of all of this, and secure some more funds that we can then think about how we want to spend. Right, we haven't been touching any of it yet, but I think it would be nice because we have come a long way. Yes.
I didn't understand what date. Like, is it today?
No, sorry. It's this Friday.
Oh, all right, perfect.
This Friday, Artisan Live. The cut. It's called the cut because people will be cut. Okay, so we want to make sure we are not the ones being cut. I will also, I will write to like 3 friends of mine who I know have a lot of points on Artisan, and try to get them to push a lot of points in our direction. But I think it shouldn't be the only thing that we're relying on. We should also like rely on ourselves as much as we can. All right. That said, Lemmy can join or it didn't start. Oh, she's right. Oh my God, Sogand. We said we would be on Huddle, but then we are not on Huddle. I remember this. I'm sorry.
That's true.
Yeah, we said we would be on Huddle. So next week it will be on Huddle. Okay. If I don't forget again. Okay, I'm so sorry, Sogand. All right, so this is about Artisan. Then I had a good conversation and I sent actually, I redid our media kit. So I had a little bit of like change design components. It's because Kirsty and I have been working very intensely on finalizing the brand guidelines, the media, like everything that has to do essentially with any type of graphic, print, digital output. Okay, so we're making this like super concise. I think I showed you a part of it, but I'm quickly showing again the current status quo. Oh no, wrong screen. Sorry guys, wrong screen. Figma, Alana. Okay, so essentially, like I've been working on redesigning all the components so that at some point, if you want to create a graphic resource, you just copy paste that component and you can create your own branded content up on the existing branded content. This is what all of this is about, right? So here you can see the different components. So we have components brand, we have components for the organization, and we have components for example, the media kit, right? So it's a little bit more specific. And she replied, well, great work. Okay, that's cool. Okay, it has been approved. Let's move on. And so we have become much more concise than we used to be, right? So when it comes, for example, to social media templates, which are also on that doc, right? So if you ever need something, then I can give you access, or I can quickly do it for you if you tell me what needs to be done. But essentially, everything that is of organizational nature in Alana has this kind of color combination. So it's mostly black, has white writing, and then purplish images, right? Everything that has to do with the community usually works with also majorly black, a little bit of purple and white. You can also see this down here with the Alana Magazine podcast. Actually, super happy with how this looks by now. It's identifiable in my opinion. And then everything that has to do with like free education or educational anything, right? It's like mainly purple. There's a bit of white, and then there's a bit of black, essentially. And this also applies to here, right? So everything that has to do with education is like this. And again, organizational stuff is like black and white. And if it has imagery, it's purplish. So kind of like, I want to say pretty concise, a brand output that is still hopefully recognizable over time, because we have experimented a lot and now it's over. And so the brand guidelines are coming pretty nicely together right now. Also making pretty clear what not to do, specifically for Javosito. It also provides all the resources, so you can use these things, scale them, and directly apply. It shows and has linked all the specific typefaces and what they are used for. So, for example, this is not a body text. This only applies to the logo. Lab Grotesque Mono only applies to subheader typefaces and header typefaces. And then for body, we're using in a magazine, and everywhere else, we're using... Oh, that's great, guys. I'm happy you will come. That's great. And yeah, so this is our body text essentially, right? And here you see a little bit on how all of this combines. And obviously, this is all applicable to the magazine as well as one of the outputs. And so we're working on like a more concise, compressed version for the magazine, right? Like showing how the product looks, showing how this applies to the website, showing how these apply to the ALANAmagazine socials. And then we will have that for the boutique as well. And, this is like some to-dos that are still need to be done. And down here, you can immediately download all the logos as they are. So hopefully this is going to create a very accessible resource so that people can start doing stuff a little bit more autonomously. That's kind of the whole jam around this, okay? So anyway, that was it. Concise presentation. Now you know. Now you know. It's also linked on the Milanote board. So if you ever look for this, you essentially would go on the Milanote board. And on the Milanote board, we have a brand and socials folder. And this is like literally the first link on that page. So if you're ever looking for it, you can go there. I do believe I think we're gonna also link this eventually in the official links on this very Discord server. But currently it is not linked because it is not entirely finished. So just for internal use, not public eyes yet. Okay, good. No worries. I'm here. Yeah, I saw. I'm happy you're here. Happy you found us. Okay, so anyways, I redesigned essentially the media kit. This is what I wanted to get at. Sorry, guys. Such a long story for such a short thing to say. So anyway, the new media kit, it is actually linked in the ALANAmagazine chat. It's also pinned there. I'm not sure how secure you are all with the Discord, so I'm just going to quickly show you. So if you go on the ALANAmagazine channel, you have up here on the right, you have this little menu. And there is the pinned messages button. So if you click there, you will see the last messages from me yesterday, my time, 8 p.m. Yeah, I cannot solve this right now for you guys, sorry. And essentially, this is the ALANAmagazine Media Kit Air Edition. So you can download it from here. It has a pretty okay file size, I think. So it should be sendable through most channels, including like Telegram or, other social media channels where we need to send this to fast. So I had a conversation yesterday with the people, actually on Monday, with the people from Brilliant Crypto. It's a Japanese-based, essentially game developer that works with... So essentially, it's a mining game for gemstones as NFTs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I can't hear you really. Do you want to say something?
No, sorry, I didn't notice because I used my AirPod and I didn't notice that it connect.
No problem. I was just wondering if you wanted to add. Okay, so anyways, they are thinking of being a sponsor and being an advertiser because they saw this on social media. They have been talking to me about doing some influencer work for them and creating a jewelry piece. So naturally, they eventually came across the Alana magazine and they were like, hey, this looks good. Maybe we could put an ad in there, or maybe you guys can write a feature on us. So I sent them the media kit. They now want to know more details about our socials. So I'm going to try and provide those. But yeah, essentially this is it. So if you want to check it out, I'm probably gonna do a live stream Friday evening my time. So after the cup thing, to just explore this, download their digital jewelry tool and just trying some stuff out with it. Because that's what you can essentially do. So you can use these NFTs to actually build a jewelry piece and combine different NFTs together. No. It's not our style, but if they want to do an ad, I'm not opposed.
But I didn't really understand. So when you download them, there are already editable 3D files that you can combine, or
yeah, essentially yes. We discussed doing the customary piece maybe, but yeah, they don't want to do the development work right now. So I think it's cool enough to try. I will see. I don't know if I want to do the influencer work at this point, because I first want to check it out in depth and be sure I can make something with this that I'm proud of. If I don't think I can do that, then I won't be doing it. But I think it would be nice to understand first how this all works and really test it out. And then, I can say yes or no. But they are pretty eager about the Alana magazine stuff. So who am I to judge, I'm okay with that. All right. So next point, trailer material. So I was thinking, we are getting closer to being able to speak to Close 3D. So I was thinking we should put together a video. I will also try in the next 2 weeks to get my scene roughly in shape, right? And then we can combine this and edit this into a full video, showing essentially off the locations and showing how it all fits into the magazine. And I think this is the video we should send to them. So instead of just writing a huge ass letter and telling them what all we're planning to do, maybe we can just try and find an aesthetic, a way to showing to them what we were trying to do, right? And I see this from Nastaran. So I would want to ask Sogan and Nastaran, I would want to ask you to take some screen recordings on, rotating around your scene, zooming in on some of the spots, showing some colored renderings, maybe some of the polished ones, right? So just that essentially they're able to get an idea, even with maybe, a nude clay figure, posing in some of these spots. I think that would help sell the deal. I was thinking to do the same with MySpace. So yeah, I think that would be great. If you guys feel this is a great idea, then let's do this.
Absolutely. How much time do we have to finish this?
3 weeks.
Oh, that's good. We got it.
Relaxed timelines here. Okay.
Cool.
Perfect. Yeah. So essentially you can send me the raw material and then I edit it together, or we're doing it the other way around, where I send you my raw material and you edit it together, depending on, I guess, who of us has more availability or time to do it. I think we can maybe discuss this among ourselves and see just who has more space to do it, or also maybe better ideas on how to do it. Then next point on the agenda. Sorry, I'm always sending you into this hole of my entire Discord. Next point is the interview with Julian. So I really like the question you sent me. Please copy paste them into the document that I sent you before. That would be great. So we have it all concise together, right? But I think you could go a little bit deeper. I think there's no problem also asking some more emotional, personal questions. I think that's what we really want to know about founders, right? I think you had 2, 3, right? That were like, but still feeling very professionally phrased. So maybe we can just dig a little bit deeper and just try to get like more of an emotion, squeezing more of an emotional response out of Julian, because he is a very fact-based guy, right? So you need to try and like get him to ease up. So ideally he eases up well with you guys, so that eventually, we get some juicy responses, okay, that we will all love reading, right? So I think you had one with an anecdote about like how, what influenced him potentially as a kid, right, to go in that direction over maybe another. I think maybe use some different phrasing to speak to more of an emotional element of this. I think that would be great. But otherwise, I loved all the questions and put a few comments in. But I think, yeah. Any questions about my comments or any general comments about how you want to handle this? And then also, how do we coordinate availability? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, everything was clear, and thank you. We kind of edited most of them. I think there are 1 or 2 left. And what we thought, because we were kind of like, to be honest, a little bit unsure of how emotional or professional this interview has to be, we thought maybe it would be best to like start with the professional ones, and based on his responses, coming up with improvised questions, like something very raw and organic as the interview is going forward. Not really sure if that would be the right option, or it would be better for us to write them down. What do you think? Like some more personal, more.
He is literally, he's like my father 2.0. Okay, it's crazy how many parallels those two people have. Okay, and I'm not sure why fate decided that I have to work with a person like him, but. That said, no, he's a great guy, right? Like my dad is also a great guy, but it is a very like stereotypical human in that sense. So he's very engineering, right? And like all of his answers will be very fact-based, right? So I found out it's best to get under his skin first, and then he eases up with everything that he responds to then, rather than the other way around. I mean, he will be a lovely French gentleman anyways towards the two of you. I would not think of him having any other reaction, right? But yeah, try to get under his skin a little bit first. I think then you will get him to ease up a little bit and be a little bit less about like making every response just one sentence. That's what I'm fearing of the most, that every response will be just a fact-based answer. It will consist of like 10 words,
you don't
and that's
have
it.
You don't have to worry about it. We're also thinking like the questions are a little, because like he also has to have enough time and the freedom to answer on all of them. So I think we will not be asking all of the questions. Like we will just start and see where does that go, and whenever we're out of questions, we can just take a look at the document and come up with new questions.
Okay. And the other thing is, bring in the community earlier, because he himself doesn't really love to see himself as a founder, right?
Okay.
So he's really proud of the community and community efforts. That's something that's really, really important to him. So I think you can get to the DAO stuff much, much earlier, to the community stuff. Yeah, I think I also commented that on the questions.
Yeah,
I think right?
We will do another edit based on what you just said. We're gonna send it out again for like a final check, and if everything is all right, we'll just go with that.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you guys for doing this. I think it's really good that you guys will be having this interview with him.
Thanks to you.
So, no, it's great.
It's a great opportunity. We're excited.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Thank you. Next one. Content creation finalization. Okay, we should get to this in a second. Sliding into the sheet. Bitcoin Pizza Day. Chavo is not here yet, so cannot really talk to him about this. But essentially, we will be present. We figured out the merchandise part. I got the payment to him so he can actually have that merchandise being created. I also think we should really talk among the different working groups. So with you guys here, with On-Click Closet, with obviously with Kirsty, I'm already talking. But I think we should also talk about merchandise, because the Alana Boutique has a dedicated space for essentially Alana internal people to design merchandise and offer that on demand. So I think if you guys have any, she's gone. See you soon. So if any of you have great ideas based on the media kit, based on, what I showed you, based on like other things that we could do for merchandise, then please let us know. Doesn't mean you have to make the graphics. We can make the graphics, right? But it can still mean that we split essentially a revenue if this is actually an ordered item. So give it some thought. If you have any ideas around that topic, then approach me or approach Kirsty directly. That's also an option. She's the nucleus guardian of brand identity and socials. So approach her directly. I would love a Alana hoodie. See, who would want to have an Alana hoodie? Exactly. So we're working on that right after the brand guidelines and the organizational guidelines are done. Right, from the design perspective done, because then the infrastructure team has decided to rework some of the organizational guideline stuff. So actually this year, I think we're going to see finalizations on a lot of elements that we started maybe a year ago to work on in the Alana projects. It's going to be a pretty exciting time, especially towards the end of the year. I also talked to my good friend Materia. I think you might have seen this up here. Apply here. So if you, here. So this is the link. And she's based in Peru. In Peru, silver is not something very expensive, pure silver. And she makes a silver jewelry. So I sent her the Alana logo as a 3D file, and I said, can you see what can we do with this? And what would you be able to offer on demand through our website, right? When it's like finally launched and the boutique is finally launched. So essentially the earring that you see underneath with the little flies here, right? Essentially that is a hugger earring. So it gets slid in like this. And then you would have the Alana logo just up here, right? So I think it's going to look very cute. She also has a signet ring that looks really nice. So signet ring with the Alana logo. So I think like stuff like this would be nice to have, and to essentially ask fellow designers, small studios, everyone who actually has the capability to provide these things on demand, and where it doesn't make them go out of their own way, because she produces everything in her studio. Prices are, in my opinion, very accessible. So I think we should work with her on these things. Kirsty already said, yes, I will ask the boss of Alana Boutique tomorrow, which is On-Click Closet, to see what she thinks, but I'm pretty sure she will agree on this. So anyway, if you have any ideas, if you come across something where you think like, oh, couldn't we have something like this with Alana, then tell us, because we're about to produce all of these assets next, okay? So big deal, yo. So let us know. Okay, so Petercorn Pizza Day, again, everything is set, so he should be fine. It's happening tomorrow. Global Pizza Party is up on us. So I don't know if you yet had the chance to check, but all the events for our Bitcoin Pizza Day, Global Pizza Party, are done on Unlock. So this is also why they've been writing me like crazy, because they want me to set up a complete collection page with all the events that are happening, which are like over 400 different events worldwide. So I have to do that after our call. But essentially, if you want, I can send this in the chat, and you can check if there is an event close to you if you haven't heard about this yet, because it's essentially Pizza DAO is sponsoring free pizza for the people who are attending the event, which is a fun thing to do. You get to meet people who are in the same niche as you. So it might be something that you're interested in exploring, is what I'm trying to say. Do you guys want me to look up something? Because I have the Excel sheet right now. If you tell me where you're at, I can try and look up if it's happening in your city and send you the link to get a ticket.
Actually, this morning I was like scrolling through Telegram and I saw like a poster and I realized one is happening in Milan. I'm not really sure about the dates yet, but I will probably pass by.
They are all tomorrow. Global Pizza Party is tomorrow.
Ah,
It's all happening tomorrow. Okay, let me check. Milan. Okay, wait. Should I figure? So this is the entire Global Pizza Party spreadsheet that I have to turn into an event collection.
No, wait. Milan is a little bit far for us. Let's check in Piedmont, like Turin or maybe Genoa is closer.
it's not happening there. It's happening in Milan. I checked.
I don't know. I'm not sure in Genoa. Or maybe Aquita.
So it's happening in form submitted.
Bari, I saw. It's happening in Bari.
Yeah, this is
Oh
20.
my god, Bari. Cool. No, Bari is in south. It's really far from us. It's like 8 hours, 9 hours.
Oh, it's too far. Okay, right. So there's 10
Yeah,
events in
even
Italy.
more.
There is Catania.
It's south, Catania in Sicily.
Okay, so not. Okay.
Again, far.
Italy, Florence. Yeah.
5 hours by year. Ah, Genoa. I see Genoa. See?
Yeah, Genoa.
No.
Wait. Oh, this is happening.
Genoa.
I think this is happening next year.
This can be doable.
Yeah, it's happening
Genoa
next year. They are not.
Next year. Okay.
Oh, they're not doing it this year.
Genoa, we can go. It's 1 hour by car.
Yeah, there is Milan. So Milan is happening.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, also tomorrow.
No,
but it's too far for you, right?
No, it's 1 hour and a half, but tomorrow I cannot. I don't know.
Okay, look, this is your decision. I'm just copying.
Yeah, it's fun.
This is where you get. You even need to check if there are still tickets. I don't know. You know, they go fast because it's free pizza. Naples, but I think that's too far south, right? And that's
much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Palermo.
No, too far.
Too far.
It's more for
Rome. Too far. I want to assume.
Too far.
Center. Yeah.
No,
we need to say north.
Siena is next year, and Venice will also be next year. Yeah. Okay. Who else wants to know? Delia, I see you're interested. I see your eyes.
Los Angeles, yeah.
Los Angeles. Okay, let me search for you. Oh, Los Angeles. Yeah, looking good and definitely happening. Here you go. Reserve your tickets. This is good. Los Angeles. I hope there's still a ticket left. Okay. Anyone else? Guys, you want me to look something up for you? Sylvia's like, let's go for pizza anyway tonight. I love you guys. That's so cute. So, because I'm pretty sure, Nigeria. So Nigeria is looking good too. Actually a lot. Whoa. There's actually a lot, but I wouldn't know where to look. So Clive, you have to tell me where to look and then I can send you the link. But yeah, so it's happening and we're going to be part of it in Monterey with Mexi's community. They gave us a space. Maybe I'm going to say hi, maybe not. It depends if they are doing some virtual place as well. But nonetheless, Javo will be there. There will be a little bit of merch with Alana and some activations. So I think it's probably going to be quite healthy to be at an event like this. Lagos. Okay, let me check. Lagos. 2 events in Lagos, it seems. So Lagos Pineapple Fort. Okay, this looks good. Wait, let me see. Yeah. So it seems there is one here. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. There's only one in Lagos. But I hope you can still get a ticket, guys. This is the one in Lagos. Nice. Okay. So I got you all settled, hopefully, with your events. And I hope you still get a ticket. I hope they're not entirely sold out. Okay. What's the next thing? Next thing. Yeah. List. Quick feedback question. Have you guys put all your stuff on D-Work? Is that resolved? Do you have questions about it? If you do have questions, please ask, because, and I mean, yeah, I guess Sogan, for you and Nastaren, it's still different. So you can open, but it's anyway not something that goes into this cycle. It's going to be only going into 2025 cycle, so it's fine. We are also currently discussing an ambassador, different ambassador tiers to make part, because, if, like, we had this before with Adelia, who went to an event, right? And probably also spoke about Alana at some point, I want to hope. So, that should be incentivized. And then we have like different tiers. So let's just say if you go to an event and you're just someone talking about Alana, that's great, but that's a lower tier. But then if you organize us a free booth or free space where we can do activations, that's a different level. If you accept a speaker position, essentially sharing your knowledge that you've gathered in Alana, that's a different tier, right? So we're currently discussing in infrastructure how we can add these tiers. So retroactively, you will be able to activate those tiers, no matter if we're in 24, 25, whatever. So you can also make use of those, but we don't have them yet. We need to figure out how to best configure them, because they're a little bit bombing the framework that we designed, because they work differently, right? So currently discussing, but it's in the works. And I guess lastly is content creation. So any questions about D-Work? No questions? You're good?
What we did with the fashion, was it the fashion metaverse conference or something? The panel? Would that be considered something?
Yeah, when we have the ambassador tier, that would definitely be considered something. Also, when Nastaren and Sogan showed up for the artisan live stream. Like all of these like public speaking things, they would be considered to be something that counts as an ambassadorship. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's necessary we have that and we incentivize that. So I brought this forth to the infrastructure team and I said, yeah, we never thought about this, but that makes totally sense. So now that it makes sense, we're talking about how best to design those and integrate them. Because as you've seen in the original contribution calculator, when I showed it to you, one of the factors that we're using to calculate the points is reach, right? And so, just because you went to an event that potentially had 70,000 attendees doesn't mean you can count 70,000 attendees as your reach, right? It's like the same thing as when people say like, yeah, I'm penetrating a market of like $600 billion. And you're like, which penis are you using for that? So trying to, find a different or maybe a more synthesized marker for that specific part of the calculation is essentially what we're trying to figure out. So it will take us some time to get there. So don't forget what you have done, please. You can make a small list of what you think could be included in that. But just be aware that we need some time to figure that out. So it's more realistic. We need realistic values, not made up values, essentially. Yeah. Ms. Tara, please.
I think I took off my AirPods and that's why my microphone is off. So sorry.
You digital fashion designers and your earpods. Okay. So last part of this, and I don't know if eventually Shelpin, I saw him come in and get out. It was Shelpin's birthday yesterday. So if you want to say something to him, and it was also Dani's birthday yesterday, but I don't think you know Dani. You can say something maybe in the general chat. I know he will like that. And if you want to share your birthdays with me and put them in the calendar, then let me know, because then I actually think about it. All right. So this is our content curation sheet, and we have made some incredible progress in the last week. So I have talked to Grayscale, and yes, we're working on this article together. He's going to do all the research, because he's not a writer, he's a researcher. So he's going to go deep to get the world of Web3 funding on 4 pages with me. So I'm pretty excited about this. Also, congratulations, Nastaran, leveling up in the server. Wishing you the best job. And yeah, he's not here, guys. He's not in the car. Cannot see the messages. Okay, so anyways, I guess we talked about already the one. We talked about the one with Julian, so I'm glad to see you guys put this together. So thank you for this. I'm putting this already on like a greenish color. I will talk to Renee after everything with Artisan has concluded. Like kind of the last things, because I know he wants to do this, but discussing terms and terms and conditions after finalizing one thing and then going into the next feels better to me. I talked to Jessica Evans Isadowska about potentially writing this article, so she's thinking about it. I also hopefully can finish commenting on this article today, because I popped in like 3 comments and then I needed to go and do other stuff again. So very frustrating, but I'm getting there. Lutra has confirmed he's going to work on this article. He also said he will have it done in like 2 weeks, because he's eager to write it. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So this is the one I still need to read. So I heard back from our Taxu. She said I should write her an email, so that's what I did. I did the same with they also replied to me, Ex Machina Flora, which is really exciting. And I wrote an email and said, hey, have a look at the complete thing and let me know if you're interested. So looking forward to their responses and hope I will get them this week. But the emails are written and they have not said no. So that's good, I think. I reached out, as you know, to the game designer who did what was it, the Sailor Moon fan fiction? But yes, so no response. That's what I'm trying to say. No response. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Nothing else. But that's the current state of everything. Any commentary from
So
from
if not her, then what are we putting in the gaming section? Like, are we substituting her with somebody else, or?
We need to find something else. And I think we should probably make it really about gaming.
Makes sense.
I think we have 2 less for music, so that it keeps making sense. I also feel the music market right now is in a lot of disarray. So unless I remember Delia sending something that looked pretty interesting as a list of like potential ideas. I mean, we could do something similar that we're doing with the Web3 funding, right? And essentially, I don't know, am I echoing? Oh, I'm echoing to Nastaran. Mute yourself, girl. Sorry. So maybe we can do something similar with the Web3 funding, where we introduce different opportunities for musicians to put out their work and have it protected against AI, because they're using blockchain-enabled tools. That could be a cool piece. Could be like maybe 2 pages. I know 2 less Web3 musicians, like that's more of an issue. I'm not Like I'm in a lot of things, but I'm not into music, right? Like I listen to music, but I'm not a hardcore fan on anything. So yeah, unless like some one of you has like very specific ideas or has an idea who to bring in that might be interested in all of this, I think maybe focus rather on gaming, because that's actually something that I know shit about and I can ask more people, you know? What's the nodding? I don't understand the nodding. Delia, tell me, what's the nodding? That's Darren. What's the nodding?
Agreement. I mean, support.
Just agreeing, yeah.
But yeah, fine. So you're agreeing with moving completely out of music into gaming, or like?
I mean, for now, yes, because we don't have options. And I think if we're gonna like do a research and find some really cool stuff, I think we're gonna need more time to understand like their work and just like gain a little bit more knowledge in depth. So maybe not for this edition. I don't think if that would be reasonable.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think that makes sense. Okay. Let's do that. Let's move into gaming. Can you guys do me a favor? I know all of you play one game, like on your phone or something. Like everyone plays something.
I don't either.
You don't? None of you play any
No.
games on your phones? Are you serious? Like not even like shit like
Not even Candy Crush, nothing. Like
I don't have anything on my phone.
Oh my god! Like what's wrong with you people? Okay.
I'm thinking to buy something for home to play with my partner, but we didn't get anything.
Yeah, because they're like, cannot believe you're really not playing it.
We
I
play
play as well.
cards, Stella. We still live in this like traditional.
Oh my
We
freaking
play
god!
cards. We do tarots.
So anyway, I think we should have some stuff on that. I think also we could do a feature on the creators. The creators is a community on Base that I'm a secret silent co-founder of, so don't tell anyone. And it's essentially, yeah, they are building like games and accessible games. So they are not yet out, but they have a lot of backing. It could be interesting to feature them in that section to make more people aware that this is happening, and they can join them to like build those games together in public. They are currently even featured on the Build on Base channel, which is crazy. So they get like thousands, 10,000s of views. They asked me last week to come on and just chat, and I was like silent and everything, you know. Like the one thing I don't need to show my face, but I might do it if we're doing something with the Alana magazine, because they wanted me to talk about Alana. So I think that could be a good deal because they have a channel that we don't have. Seems like a fair inter-exchange, I guess. So unless you're horribly offended by the idea, I think that could be cool to feature in that section. I think we should probably find someone who plays Web3 games that we can, showcase. So I think that would be worthy research. So maybe Clive, I know you're into gaming. Your fault for sharing
Also,
with
Havo
me.
is saying in the chat that he knows some musicians in the tree, but I don't know if you read that or not.
No,
I know he moved it.
We already voted against it unanimously, except for you, Havo.
Okay.
So it's a done. It's a done beach. You're late. It's done. Havo, I already told everyone about Global Pizza Day. You want to say an additional few words about it and how excited you are?
Very excited. Did you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. It's sorry. I'm on my car. No, it's great. It's great. I do know musicians, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of things on web music concerts, like metaverse concerts. I know people that is doing that. AI music as well. Brianna is doing. She made a video. I'm supposed to work with her in the next one. So she's also making music. But I totally dig the gaming one because gaming is the more, right now on every event that is talking about digital fashion now, there's gaming, there's connection, and that's totally perfect because that's where money starts to kick in,
Yeah.
and where we can make business model in there, and it makes a lot of more sense, like it's easier for an outsider that doesn't know anything about the industry or anything related to understand why do you do digital fashion because it's connected to game, and it's easier that way. So I vote yes, let's go. And I also know a lot of people that are doing gaming. Like, what type of games are we?
I think the type of games that might speak best to our audience is everything that is aesthetically relevant. So, when I think I don't think Candy Crush, I think this I used to have this game, played it like crazy, which is
those kind of games. But maybe, like there are Web3 Candy Crush, like those kind of games, but I don't know if we want to feature those. They're more related into like
No, you're misunderstanding. No, you're misunderstanding. Wait, I'm saying not like Candy Crush, but it could be mobile games, and it could be, I think, action adventure that has a focus on like outfit customization or stuff that kind of resonates with digital fashion designers, even though it's not like immediately the same thing. We can probably also go a bit beyond that, but wait, let me try gemstones.
There's a lot of like underrated Web3 game. Have you heard of Off the Grid? I think you know them, right?
Which one?
Off the Grid.
Off the Grid? No, I haven't played this one. Oh, but you know what we can do? It's
it's the biggest Web3 PvP shooter game right now. It's from Ukraine. They're doing crazy things. It's the first one that has dropped their token. And there's paying people on their live sessions when playing. You can earn tokens and have you can change them on Binance, KKO and BitHigh. That's huge, man, for gaming. That's huge. Maybe we should maybe feature them. Why the long face?
No. I'm just looking at it. It's something that I would probably play because it's a shooter game. It's a battle royale game.
I thought you were
right?
playing. Yeah, Off the Grid. The name of the company is Gunzilla.
Yeah, Gunzilla. But it's not.
Gunzilla. And
do you think this is very our audience?
Well, I'm not saying it's our audience, but I think it's a very good role model to take considering. Because they have dropped their token and it went successfully. And people is claiming it, they have their own exchange for their own assets, and you can add assets from other networks. So I think it's a very good example of how to do things maybe, blockchain and gaming. Because the first thing that you encounter is that there's always ability between assets of different networks and single game. They're just assets are designed for this specific game that doesn't have any relation to any other. So they have and they have an ability of type of game to where you can add other assets from other platforms, and it's specific to that. It's like this Minecraft but for blockchain. So it's super interesting. I think it's very interesting. And the other ones like AI gaming, the ones that are like using AI for boss fights and like completing new levels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I also have to go. But yeah.
Okay, so can you send some of the links in the chat so we can have a deeper look? And I also think there is like a Web3 gaming hub that we could reach out to, which could also be interesting.
Few of them, they're not like very big time. There's one in Mexico, the guy from Titan. And they are Web3 gaming. They have this Web3 hub where they have mobile games and PC games, and there are like 400 different games. different players and stuff like this. Maybe I can reach out to them and maybe we have a chat. I know they're not in a very good shape right now, but they're still, they're still fighting on. So maybe we can ask them for some names or tips or something about.
So maybe let's start with. Let's.
Sorry?
I think we should start with send us some links in the Alana Magazine chat so we can first take a look and see if it matches, like the rest of the magazine essentially. If it matches, let's divide and conquer. One of us reaches out to them, the other person reaches out to the other guys, so we can split the work a little bit. What do you think? Yeah? Okay, cool. Okay, guys, then this is it.